I thought I had everything under control. A loving husband, a beautiful home, and a marriage that seemed picture perfect from the outside. But deep down, I was restless. My husband, Daniel, worked long hours, and somewhere along the way, I convinced myself that I deserved more excitement, more attention. That's when I slipped into a secret affair. At first, it was harmless, or at least that's how I justified it. A few stolen texts, late-night calls when Daniel was asleep, and then one weekend trip that changed everything. I told Daniel I was going to visit an old college friend for a girls' getaway. He smiled, kissed me on the forehead and said, "Have fun, you deserve a break." He trusted me completely, and I used that trust like a shield for my lies. With my packed suitcase, I left the house feeling a mix of guilt and thrill. My lover was waiting in another city, and I convinced myself that no one would ever find out. For 3 days, I lived in a world where I wasn't a wife, wasn't tied to responsibility, wasn't bound by vows. I told myself I'd come back refreshed, slip back into my role, and Daniel would never know. But when I returned late Sunday evening, rolling my suitcase up the familiar driveway, something felt wrong. The porch light was off. Daniel always left it on when I traveled, a quiet gesture of welcome. My chest tightened as I unlocked the door. The house was silent, eerily silent. I wheeled my suitcase inside, calling out his name, but there was no answer. Then I noticed the details that shattered me. The pictures on the living room wall, our wedding photo, the framed vacation snapshots, were gone. The drawers in the entryway stood open, empty. My heart pounded as I rushed upstairs. His closet, bare. No suits, no shirts, no shoes. Just empty hangers swaying slightly as if mocking me. My mouth went dry. It wasn't just his clothes. His books, his watch collection, even the framed photo of his parents, gone. Panic surged through me. I grabbed my phone and dialed his number. Straight to voicemail. Again and again I tried, but the same cold response greeted me. "The number you have dialed is no longer in service." That's when I noticed the envelope on the kitchen counter. My name written neatly in Daniel's handwriting. With trembling fingers, I opened it. "Emma, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. Don't bother calling. I've changed everything. You thought your lies were hidden, but I knew. I knew about the messages, the hotel bookings, the way you smiled at your phone when you thought I wasn't looking. I wanted to believe it was just in my head, but then I found your suitcase packed with more lingerie than a friendly visit requires. I stayed silent. I let you walk out that door thinking you were clever. But I won't live as the fool in your story. You left this house to chase someone else, so I've taken the only thing that mattered, myself. Consider this your emptiness to keep. You made your choice and so did I. Goodbye. Daniel." The letter slipped from my hands. My knees buckled, and I sank to the cold kitchen floor. He knew. He had known all along, and instead of exploding, instead of confronting me, he had chosen silence. Silent revenge. The house felt colder than ever, a shell of what it once was. I ran room to room, searching for something, anything he might have left behind. But there was nothing. Not even a trace of his scent on the pillow. It was as though he had been erased from the home entirely. I called my sister, but she didn't answer. I tried my best friend voicemail. Desperate, I logged into our joint bank account. The screen froze me in place. The balance was zero. Every dollar had been transferred out. My husband, the man I thought would always be there, had not only left me but had taken everything with him. That's when the true weight of my betrayal hit me. I hadn't just lost him. I had lost the life we built, the security, the future. The walls of the empty house seemed to close in on me. I remembered the way Daniel used to smile when I came home. The little notes he would leave in my lunch bag, the quiet ways he loved me. And I remembered the lies I told him, the sneaking around, the thrill that now tasted like ash in my mouth. I wanted to scream, to beg, to rewind time. But there was nothing left to fight for. He was gone, and he wasn't coming back. I spent the night on the cold living room floor, the silence pressing on my chest like a weight. I scrolled through my phone, looking at old photos of us together, and every memory felt like a knife twisting deeper. My lover's texts buzzed on my screen, but I couldn't even look at them. The affair, the lies, it all seemed so shallow compared to what I had just lost. By morning, I walked through the house one last time. Every empty space told me a story. This is what betrayal costs. Daniel hadn't yelled, hadn't slammed the door, hadn't begged me to stay faithful. He had simply vanished, leaving me with the ghost of my choices. For the first time, I understood the true meaning of emptiness. I left for my secret affair trip thinking I could have it all. But when I came back, all I found was an empty home, an empty life, and an emptiness inside me that I knew would never be filled again.